Hey everyone, this is Brandon from Fictive Life Media, and you're watching the very first episode of Fictive Files. And today is my very first guest, my friend Stacy.
Hey, I'm Stacy. Nice to meet you.
Now, Stacy, let everyone else know what's your Instagram.
My Instagram handle is LadyEirys, and it'll be linked below.
Yeah.
Um,
So, what would you consider yourself to be?
so I'm predominantly a cosplayer as far as what I use my social media for, but I also sometimes I go to a lot of concerts and stuff. So sometimes I'll post that and just random stuff.
Mhm. So, what would you say got you into the whole idea of doing cosplay?
Well, I've always been like a massive nerd and everything. And honestly, I just never outgrew my dress up phase. So when I found out about cosplay, I'm like, oh, I can just go and dress up and do this just for funsies.
Mhm.
Heck yeah, I'm going to go do that.
Yeah,
So that's pretty,
that's a good reason to get into something.
yeah.
What was your very first cosplay you've done?
Oh, deep cut. I actually think my first like real cosplay, my first one was Arwen from Lord of the Rings, her white dress.
Okay. So when she's getting ready to leave across the was it the ocean to go to the different lands or
No, it was in the first one where it was in the first movie. You only get like a quick peek at it,
Mhm.
and it was just I loved that white dress, and I needed that white dress. So I got the elf ears, I got the wig, and I got the dress.
Yeah. So how much time do you think you put into getting that first cosplay?
Honestly, it was a store-bought one, so I literally was, like, browsing eBay and just like, "Okay, buy now."
Oh, I feel like that's a good way to kind of for most people to start. Just
It really is.
go
No.
in with something easy bought, be like, okay, and then progressing from there.
No, absolutely, and I would not change the way my things have progressed either because 'cause I've been cosplaying for about 14 years, but only 7 of them have actually been me making stuff. So, it kinda it really doesn't matter whether you buy or make your own stuff. I just happen to be a crafty bitch.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of being crafty, what would you say is your most utilized tool to make for your cosplays?
My sewing machine, well, my sewing machine and iron tide, because if there's one tip I can give to anyone who gets into sewing, whether it be for cosplay or just generally, you're gonna be using your iron just as much as you are that sewing machine.
Yeah.
It makes everything just
All right, so now we're talking like good old basic iron, or you got something you use specifically just for cosplay?
I mean, a basic iron works everything. I got a little bit of a nicer iron
Mhm.
just because I use it so stinking much. I started out with like just a basic, like I think it was like a sunbeam or something, but then now I have a Rowenta, and it's a really nice one. What do you- and I don't think I'm ever not going to have a nice iron again. So,
Now, when you try to think of a good way to phrase this, what has been the most angry or pissed off at a cosplay that you were working on that's ever gotten you to that point?
um, I think it was the first time I ever had to insert boning into a corset. I literally flung, flung like the boning sticking half out. I flung the freaking corset across the room, and I was just like done. I obviously got over that because like most of my stuff anymore is structured like that. But that first time, man, you are not prepared. You are not prepared.
So, I guess a lot of people tend to say how they've kind of had blood, sweat, and tears into some of their cosplays.
Oh, it's a literal thing.
Yeah, it's a literal thing. So,
It's a literal,
especially,
very literal.
has there been any of your cosplays where you have bled maybe a little too much onto it? You're like, oh shit, now this is messed up, and I got to figure a way to fix this.
I don't think I bled too much there. Even to this date, like even my Naka piece last year, there's a spot of blood. It's hidden by trim, but
Was that your Leafeon
or no, that was my Vaporeon.
or the Vaporeon?
But yeah, so I wouldn't say I've bled all over it. I'm sure it happens.
Yeah.
But I also craft enough that I try and work carefully so that I don't bleed on things.
Yeah.
Because
Probably a good way.
I can be a klutz sometimes.
Yeah. Now, just a rough estimate, how many years do you think you've been doing cosplay?
I think it's about 14. It might be a little longer, but that's the earliest thing I can think of.
Mhm.
My younger years were quite tumultuous.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they can get a little blurry, but I think 14. But my dress up fascination and the need to just be in glitter and sparkles and tulle it started from way little. So
So it's only progressed and
yeah, no,
probably gotten worse over the ages. Of like, I need to do it's like a compulsion at some point.
yes, because I started out buying and I'm like, I want so many specific things that it makes zero sense for me because I already knew how to sew a little bit when I started making my own stuff. It made zero sense to me to just continue buying stuff because I wanted things that were so specific and so detailed and I wanted everything perfect. So
Now, how far have you gone, like distance wise, for conventions? Because I know you do a lot of the ones in the local Kansas City area. What's some of the furthest locations you've gone?
the furthest one since moving here was probably in C2E2 in Chicago.
Mhm.
Because I actually grew up in the Northeast, it wasn't really traveled far, but I think the one furthest from here specifically that I have been to is Anime Boston and Aresia up in Boston are two of the conventions I've been to. Granted, I was living in Boston at the time, but
Probably. Doesn't-
geographically from here, those are the two furthest. But C2E2 I go to every year now. So
So what's been one of your favorite cosplay shoots that you've done?
as far as the shoot itself, my first year at C2E2, I had a massive group of series that were all evolution based.
Mhm.
And so it was a lot of people. It was my first time doing more than just me in a photo shoot, but it was so much fun being able to play off each other and stuff. And you don't get a lot of that when you do like solo shoots. So I think that would have to be my favorite shoot just because I got to spend time with my friends. We were goofing off. It was just it really
Yeah.
was.
So it's usually a lot of things like this. It's all about who you're with. Because if it's a bunch of people you don't like or particularly even know, it's usually going to be less enjoyable. So in instance, you could probably say because you've made so many friends that are doing cosplay, it just makes almost everything so much easier and more enjoyable.
It really does, and, like, honestly, you can see how much that we all actually love each other in the photos. Because I feel like if you actually don't like someone, and you're, like, taking photos with them, it kinda shows sometimes, even if you're trying to mask it, but no, it was magical as a fairy.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's go in the complete opposite. What's been some of your worst experiences you've had with cosplaying?
Just cosplaying in general or
Yeah, let's go.
um, well, my first iteration of my TARDIS armor fell apart so much on the con floor. So much. And this was like my first ever thing before I decided, hey, I already know how to sew. I tried to do an armor build as my first ever cosplay I made.
An armadillo. That's what you said? Armadillo?
No.
Oh, I thought you said I tried making an armadillo my first ever. 'Cause that would be very interesting if you did a giant armadillo where you just roll around.
Honestly, that would be lots of fun. Now I want to
Yeah, I have an idea.
now no, I just want to make a plush armadillo. Um but yeah, so it just kept falling apart. Like and I had never built armor before like that. I just had watched a few YouTube videos. I'm like, great, sounds good. And it was it was.
It was a rough time.
It was like the concept of it was cool, which is why I went back and revisited and redid it.
Mhm.
But it was definitely like not pleasant when you have to go to the cosplay repair table like every 15 minutes.
So what was the armor made out of?
It was just Warbla, mostly, and then like I think I had really cheap like vinyl straps or something like that. But I, in my infinite wisdom, did not use contact cement for certain things, and the adhesive matters. I'm telling you.
Now, I heard that everyone use right adhesive. If not, you're going to be struggling. Now, you said contact cement is what you should have used. Is there a go-to brand that you use that you know have not failed you yet?
I usually use Barge or Dap Weldwood.
Okay.
just stuff you can easily get at Walmart or any like, you know, I don't know how my brain. The stores with the tools,
Store that has they
stores that have the tools. No, hardware stores.
we got Blair.
We got there.
No. Now, I guess what was a dream cosplay you would want to make at some point?
I'm glad you asked that because actually it's the one I'm about to start on here that I just bought a lot of beads for. My Charizard build
Mhm.
is actually kind of a dream costume for me because I specialize in the Pokemon thing and I have embraced that side of me. And what I have planned is going to be so glittery, so sparkly, and
Would you say so sparkly to the point you're a Pokemon disco ball? Or
I'm gonna give shiny Pokemon a whole new meaning.
all right, I like the sound of that. Now, are we going a Mega Charizard, or we're just going pure classic?
We're going pure classic, lots of lace, lots of beadwork, lots of sparkle, lots of rhinestones, lots of gold. It's gonna be glorious.
Now, you're talking about with all the fabric and the beads and everywhere. Now, before everyone had Joann's they can go to. Now that's no longer an option. Where do you go for your supplies now?
Well, surprisingly, I've always sourced a lot of my beads from like Fire Mountain Gems.
Mhm.
I've always been into jewelry making and I had been using them for like 20 years. So when I needed to get beads for beadwork, I was like, oh, I'll just go to Fire Mountain. Sometimes I'll go on Amazon because they have some interesting stuff that's a little cheaper sometimes. It just really depends on what I'm doing. Michael's is great. And I know that they recently inherited some of the Joanne brands that, you know, went away when Joanne's left. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, Fire Mountain Gems is my go-to. Like,
Okay.
they're it's just incomparable.
All right. So, outside of cosplay, what are some of the other things that you are into?
I am into Magic the Gathering, metal music. Um, I am a florist. I actually do enjoy flowers quite a bit. So gardening sometimes, gaming, reading, just, whatever tickles my fancy at any given time, and it changes.
Yeah,
Those are the constant ones.
the constants that's been around for a long time
Yeah.
for you. Now, what's some of your favorite things you've done with Magic the Gathering?
Um, I like making elves,
Now,
more elves and more tokens and more things and adding counters to things. But honestly, it's probably my Ramos Dragon Engine deck that I have. It's a commander deck that I started at a get. So the lead singer of one of my favorite bands is named Will Reynolds. And I got this great idea. I'm gonna bring this magic card to get signed at one of the VIP events I went to. And so I got it signed by the band, and then I'm like, well, what if I did this for all of the cards in the deck? So, like, honestly, getting all my cards signed is kind of a fond memory because, you'll walk up with a Magic the Gathering card, and there's always at least one person in the band. He's like, "Oh my god, it's Magic the Gathering! I play that." I mean, I'm like, "Oh, look at my arena account! Look at this!" Like, there's always that one, at least one.
Yeah.
There's a few bands with two, and I think I have it like I want to say like 40% done as far as non-land cards go. So,
so for other people that aren't aware, in the metal community, there's a lot of nerds.
overlap.
There's a massive overlap of nerds in metal, which is just always great. And so I know that with the Lord of the Rings setups, what you talked about the Arwen,
Mhm.
that there's been a lot of collaborations with Magic the Gathering in different themed decks. I know there was Lord of the Rings, there's been the Spider-Man, there's been Final Fantasy. Your thoughts on all those kind of bringing into that whole lore?
I have mixed feelings about them. There is a power creep with certain cards that they do bring in. I really like when they reskin them.
Mhm.
But also there's a lot of cards that are just fun. Like I'm literally looking forward to the Avatar the Last Airbender one that is actually coming out soon here. And it I like them. I think that it creates in a competitive field, it creates this whole where of a power creep.
Mhm.
And, there might not always be a good answer for certain things, but at the same time, it's like, but they're still really fun to play with. Everybody likes playing the bombs. Everybody likes playing the mean card, so to speak. So I'm indifferent, and I honestly like seeing all the artwork that people within the community, the MTGR community, like do for all this stuff because you get some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a really great thing is so much of the stuff that everyone's liked has been morphed into other aspects. So you got Magic the Gathering, you've got different Harry Potter stuff, Naruto, anime, everything starts blending into each other. So
It's beautiful.
yeah, I think it's really great how everything can work together at that
Mhm.
point. Now, are there certain things that you like to collect or gather?
Okay, so for those of you who do know me and are watching this, you know what I'm about to say. Plush.
Plush.
Pokemon plush, squishmallows, sometimes with squishables, anything cute, round, fuzzy, squishy. Love it.
How much plush would you say you have as a rough estimate?
Don't you don't want to know. So after the bear scene about it over. No, I recently put all my Pokemon on a shelf. And I can actually get you that picture if you want a super. Oh, I'll throw it out in here. And I still have empty space. So I feel like I'm doing all right. My squishmallows are downstairs, and they only take up like 2 shelves. I mean, my bed's pretty covered. I have the giant Arcanine plush, and that kind of just lives on my couch because I don't really have a good place for it. But yeah, I have a whole lot of plush.
Now, is there like a holy grail plush that you're trying to get? Something that I think you must have, like your one ring, your precious. What something that you're going to have at some point in your life?
Oh, I would love to get the rest of the life-size evolutions that just came out. I'm getting Sylveon, and I would love to collect them. But I also know how expensive that's going to be because the resale market on Pokemon Plush, that'll get you every time.
Uh,
There's also a few older plush that I would really be interested in finding. Like, I'd love to have like the OG round mouse Pikachu from like 1999.
yeah, the Bat Pikachu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's one out there that is so cute, and I think that one would be fun, even though I'm not like the biggest Pikachu fan. And it's controversial, I know. But yeah, I think that one is up there. There's a few like the special collaboration ones that I like, uh, that I don't have that I would really like. There's like a Sylveon dressed in like a Lolita costume. That one would be fun. There's too many.
yeah.
There's too many. I have not enough monies to get everything that I could ever want. So
Now, I know this is going to be an easy one for you, probably within the top 3 choices. Everyone's got the big 3, whether it's the big 3 teams, animes, Pokemon. Everyone knows what 3 they're wanting to bring up immediately. What would be your top 3 anime you'd be wanting to throw out there?
plan ad, play more, and the start is going to be a rough one because those two are my big 2.
Mhm.
Probably Fruits Basket because the Fruits Basket was one of my earlier things, and it was not even an anime at the time.
Yeah.
So actually, I mean, if we're gonna go with that, I love Tenchi Muyo, but I can't call it one of my big 3.
Nah. I mean, I totally understand. I remember watching it back in the day. There's so many different iterations of things.
Yeah,
It's hard to say who started with what.
yeah.
I mean, it's on a lot of people's like, oh, it helped get me into it.
Yeah.
But it's not always like on the top.
No, and like Duo Maxwell was one of my childhood crushes too. So it's like,
Gundam, gotta love Gundam Wing.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
yes, I know it's really tough, but like I think as far as like stories, I really love
Mhm.
those 3.
Okay. Now, you've been a part of the cosplay community for a while now.
Mhm.
What would you say has been some of your favorite aspects of that?
The community itself.
Mhm.
When I first started getting into like, especially doing cosplay competitions, I was like a terrified little child despite my age because I am considered an older cosplayer. Um, but I was terrified. I think I lacked a lot of self-confidence, and through the community and meeting people and just being a part of this wonderful, wonderful thing. And I think Kansas City in particular is very gifted as and the I guess the Midwest on the whole is gifted with a bunch of wonderful human beings. Like, it really is a place where that can help you grow and, make friends and stuff. Cause like a lot of the friends I have now are people who I met competing, but now we're like, oh, let's go do this. Oh, let's go do that. You want to do that? And I think that is something that's really, really cool and really special.
That's definitely something kind of really good to point out that there is a lot of connectivity and with everyone's like back in the day when we were younger getting into anime, you had to hide that stuff. You were closeted back in the day when it comes to anime. You don't talk about it because it wasn't cool like it is now.
I was never cool, so I never noticed.
I was definitely a part of that crew. I was like, oh, I don't talk about DBZ, Inuyasha, Gundam Wing. You're like, that was something you were afraid of.
No.
But no, now it's so much easier to, I guess, connect with other people who are in that as well. Like a great example, there's a little plug. We're actually shooting in an anime bar called Otaku's Lounge in Kansas City, Kansas. Well, Missouri, my bad. But if you guys are ever in the area, you can always check this out. It's a great place, always anime playing and great events here. So
Good events, good people, good vibes for sure. I have made friends just since I started coming here. It is
yeah, definitely want to shout out Otaku's Lounge for that. But yeah, it's definitely a lot better and open community now than it used to be.
absolutely. And I feel like a lot of the people who have been in the community for as long as we have can, are really appreciating how wonderful it is. And, I think in a way, we've trailblazed a level of acceptance because we know what it is like to hide behind the whole
Isn't
thing. And so showing people it's okay to like this stuff
yeah.
has definitely helped for sure.
And now, what are your current future plans for cosplay events? Are there any big ones you're looking forward to?
So I actually am planning on applying to enter the Crown Championships of Cosplay at C2E2 this year.
Oh, nice.
Or 2026, technically, but details. But yeah, so that's going to be, I think, one of the biggest competitions I've ever even attempted to enter because it's not guaranteed that you get in. There's an application process. It's a juried whole thing. So just because I'm applying doesn't mean I get in.
And I know with being in Chicago area, there's going to be a lot of competition there. So it's definitely going to be a hard one to really compete against.
For crowns, especially, if anyone is a cosplayer or interested in cosplay, go look up videos of the Crown Championship of Cosplay because you will be blown away every time I watch. Like since I've been going the past couple of years here, it is so inspiring. It is just a different level, and I'm like, I do that, which is why.
Yeah.
But no, it's actually a very inspiring competition, and it is a big competition because a majority of people who enter are like master level craftsmen in the cosplay realm, and so it's the best of the best of the best of the best.
Yeah.
And it's very obvious when you get to look at everything. So
Now, what would be some of the advice you would give to new cosplayers just starting to get into making or even building their own cosplay?
don't be afraid to buy pieces and alter them because one of the things I found that helped me out when I was getting started was you're altering pieces that I had already bought or tearing this off. I started to learn, oh, a sleeve is this shape. So now that I pattern my own stuff, I feel like that was something. I think altering is definitely something that is a good gateway. And then once you're comfortable, YouTube University is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
I learned so much just watching videos of YouTube, and I like that you can pause it, rewind it, go back, and just to see exactly what's going on in any one spot. So, but just have fun with it. Don't feel pressured to like make the biggest and best thing ever because at the end of the day, you want to be happy, you want to be comfortable. And honestly, from what I found, people just like seeing other people in cosplay
Yeah.
and it's a lot of fun.
Like, it's almost guaranteed that they're going to meet some awesome people and make some great connections. Just making that first step.
Yeah, like even if you're in like if you're cosplaying from such a niche fandom, you're gonna find at least one person who loves it just as much as you are, which I think is really cool, actually. Yeah.
Well, I guess with that, I think we'll go ahead and wrap. I would like to thank you for being my very first guest.
No problem, and thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it. I'm very flattered.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not, but seriously, thank you.
No problem. Well, I guess that's it, guys. Thank you for watching the very first episode of Fictive Files. And this is Brandon. I will talk to you guys later. See ya.